We are gathered here today to sip some tea, honey, so make sure you guys have your teacups ready because this tea is what? Piping hot. Hey, you guys, it's your girl T, and I hope everybody's doing good today. Make sure you guys have your teacups ready.
Get ready. Y'all get ready.
Yes, you get ready.
Because this tea is what? Piping hot. So I wanted to come on here and talk about the whole George Foreman situation, honey. Yes, George Foreman, aka the grill man himself, okay? Right now, George Foreman is causing a lot of controversy. And what went down is that basically he's 68 years old now, and he was on a podcast called Offended America. And on that podcast, he was asked how he felt about Colin Kaepernick and how he felt about Kevin Durant. So as we all know, Colin Kaepernick has caused a lot of controversy in recent months because he decided to do a silent protest by taking a knee during the national anthem, which he meant to disrespect no one who served in our military. He did that to basically fight all of the racism and everything going on in this country. And since then, you know, the pot has boiled over. We had everything that went down in Charlottesville. And recently, Monday, and this past Monday, the Cleveland Browns all got together. And I believe it was about 10 to 12 athletes. They all decided to take a knee in support of Colin Kaepernick as well, including white players. So that caused a lot of noise in the NFL. So now the reason why Kevin Durant is causing some controversy is because Kevin Durant recently came out and stated that if he was invited to go to the White House to meet Donald Trump, he would not go. As we all know, Kevin Durant now plays for the Golden State Warriors. They won the NBA Finals, so that's why he was saying this. And this podcaster from Offended America decided to ask George Foreman about the situation. So go ahead and check out what George Foreman had to say. Check this out, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
Awesome. We just wanted to ask you a couple of questions today. A lot of sports type news has been making it into the political spectrum as well. And I wanted to lead off by asking you about Colin Kaepernick. I know, you go way back in sports. You were in the Olympics. You wore the USA proudly. What do you think of Kaepernick and frankly other athletes that have refused to stand for the national anthem?
The shame part of it, all of us, including Joe Frazier, myself, and a few more, even to this day, we became the heavyweight champ of the world, and we actually thought we would turn into Muhammad Ali. We didn't realize just because you're a champion, you don't become Muhammad Ali. So a lot of us started doing things to get some attention so people would praise us or hate us or talk about us like they did Muhammad Ali. Some of us never got it. Now, the 60s started the trend. Today, there's nothing to say about anyone. And a lot of guys said, look, I got all this money, but nobody knows me. So let me say something like Muhammad Ali, and maybe I'll be different. And that's all that is. And I don't pay much attention to what kids do. The young men who didn't want to stand in the national anthem, a lot of us died in war so that they could have that privilege, really.
Wow. Yeah. So what do you think that pundits and fellow athletes would have said if somebody was doing this sort of thing when you were boxing?
Well, it wasn't fashionable. We all came in the era, where everything, we were patriotic. I still love the country. The greatest day of my life was when I put on my colors representing the United States in the Olympics, red, white, and blue. I stood up with a small American flag because I didn't want anybody to get me mixed up with some other country from some other country. I love the United States, and I love the flag. But there are a lot of people who haven't found that reason. They don't strive. They haven't been brought up with people who were patriotic to even point them in the right direction. And then some of them are trying to make a point. It's like, look at me. I'm trying to say something. You got to respect that, too.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of people trying to make a point and things like that, Kevin Durant recently said that he's not going to attend, he's not going to go to the White House if President Trump invites him. What's your opinion on this? Do you think that this is a smart idea?
Can I tell you a quick story?
Absolutely.
I was in 1968, I'd won a gold medal. And then President Nixon, who was a candidate, was making a speech in Madison Square Garden. He said, boy, did you see the young man with the flag? He made us proud. And so afterwards, they even recruited me to be on their campaign tour. But Lyndon Johnson was the father of the Job Corps, and I was told if Hubert Humphrey loses the election, they're going to close the Job Corps. So I went to work and campaign, travel all over the world for Hubert Humphrey to win. He lost, and I'm telling you, I was sick. I was invited to the White House twice by Richard Nixon. I didn't go because I figured you're going to destroy the White House. You're going to destroy the Job Corps. I can't do that. And now I have all these photographs with all of the presidents previous, and I don't have one with Nixon because I was kind of ignorant. I didn't know the Job Corps is still in existence. I wish I had gone one time to take the photograph with the President of the United States to go along with the rest of them. I have Lyndon Johnson. I have Ronald Reagan. You name them. I'm on a photograph with him, but one I don't have because I thought he was going to close the Job Corps. So a lot of that sore loser goes along in politics. Your guy doesn't win, and you figure something is wrong. I mean, I'm not going to like the guy. I'm against him and everything. But that's all there is. Sore losers. I was one.
All right, so you guys just saw what George Foreman had to say. You know, I find the whole situation just really disheartening because George Foreman is a 68-year-old man. You've seen a lot of things in your day, okay? I don't deny that you've seen a lot of stuff. I'm sure you've dealt with racism. And I don't understand how you're trying to throw shade at Colin Kaepernick as if this man did something criminal. You're trying to make it look like he's disrespecting the American flag, like he's disrespecting the military. And he's come out time and time again to state that that's not why he's protesting. You know what I'm saying? And it's just really sad because imagine if Muhammad Ali had the same mentality that George Foreman had back in the 60s. You know, it would have taken a lot longer to get to where we're at today. Like Muhammad Ali stood up for what was right. He lost his money, his endorsements. I mean, the world damn near turned their back on him. He couldn't box anywhere in the world. It was just insane. You know, but he stood for something. And at the end of the day, he made history. And for George Foreman to be around during that time, like you were around during the era of the Muhammad Alis and the Malcolm X's and the Martin Luther Kings and the people who sacrificed their lives to have what it is that you have today. And then for you to come, you know what I'm saying, at 68 years old and say what you're saying about Colin, you know, I just thought that was really, really shady. And, you know, even what he was saying about Kevin Durant, I mean, who cares if he doesn't want to go to the White House and go meet the president? You know, you're trying to compare that to you not meeting, you know, Nixon, and you're saying, oh, it's just because I was salty that Nixon won. Like, it was just a bunch of nonsense. You know, I just find it funny that some in the white media know the right black folks to tap on the shoulder, to ask them certain questions. And, you know, time and time again, they never fail the opposite side. It's like, there's no code. It's like, we have absolutely no code. Even if he doesn't agree with Kevin Durant, he doesn't agree with Colin Kaepernick, he should have just kept his opinion to himself. Just so, you know, why do we always have to have so much divisiveness in the black entertainment community? You know, we had the same thing with Ray Lewis going in on him. And then you had Mike Vick going in on him as well, talking about, oh, well, I think he needs to cut his hair. You know, it's like, damn, can the brother just do him? Y'all act like he done killed somebody. Y'all act like he done committed a crime. It is not that serious. All he's doing is taking a knee and standing up for injustice as he sees it in his eyes. But for whatever reason, people always got to take things and make it much more than what it is and make it a lot more dramatic than what it is. At the end of the day, is he the best quarterback out there in the NFL? No, he's not. But let's keep it 100. He's not the worst. There's a lot worse quarterbacks in the NFL, and they're getting $1 million deals, okay? And they're not the best. So if anything, even if you feel like Colin Kaepernick is not the best out there, he's still a decent player and he deserves a shot. You know, so this whole situation is just really sad. I'm disappointed in George Foreman for even coming out and saying the foolishness that he's saying. But anyways, last but not least, in other news dealing with Colin Kaepernick, today folks came out in droves all around New York City. They went to the NFL headquarters, and when I tell you, so many people were out there. A lot of folks were out there dressed in his former 49ers quarterback jersey. A lot of folks were out there giving speeches. You know, it was a really, really peaceful environment. People were holding up signs. They were even paying homage to Dick Gregory, who just died over the weekend. So it was really dope to see everybody coming out, to really come out and surround themselves around this cause that is Colin Kaepernick. So I want to go ahead and show you guys some of the video, the pictures, and the things that were going on today in NYC at the NFL headquarters. Check this out.
Well, hundreds of Colin Kaepernick fans are protesting in New York in support of the former 49er quarterback. They're upset that he does not have a team to play for this season. They believe Cap is being unfairly punished by NFL owners and coaches for his national anthem protests. KPIX5's Len Ramirez is live at Levi's Stadium with more on the I'm with Cap protest. Len?
Well, Liz, it was almost exactly 1 year ago that Colin Kaepernick got national attention for taking a knee during the playing of the national anthem right here at Levi Stadium. Now, as you mentioned, he is no longer suiting up for any NFL teams, and people say that that is not a coincidence. Today, his supporters took to the streets to try and get him back on the field. Last season, Colin Kaepernick took a knee during the national anthem to protest the mistreatment of blacks in America. Today, at a rally at NFL headquarters in New York, people stood up to protest what's happening to Kaepernick.
This is not a shock to a lot of us. We've been trying to tell this country for a whole long time what we've been going through, and people would not listen.
Despite taking the 49ers to the Super Bowl in 2013, Kaepernick is unable to find a job in the NFL. The NAACP has asked to meet with NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell over the perception that the league is blackballing Kaepernick to protect its profits.
They feel that he's too controversial, he's too much of a hot potato because he stood up, and they don't want their fans to be alienated. But they can be concerned about their profit and ultimately cause this nation to lose its soul.
Besides protesting the anthem, in which other players joined in, Kaepernick angered many when he wore socks depicting police officers as pigs. But since then, Cap has donated $800,000 to charities, part of a pledge to give away $1 million of his own money. And he said that if a team does pick him up, he'd stand for the anthem. But many feel he's damaged goods, including CBS analyst and former NFL quarterback Boomer Esiason.
Whatever political views you have, you don't take to the NFL field. No, and I said it last year, I wouldn't want him on my team. I wouldn't.
It saddens me that in 2017 we have to do something like that. The United States is the greatest country in the world, and it is because it provides opportunities to its citizens that no other country does. The issue is that it doesn't provide equal opportunity to everybody. And I wanted to support my African American teammates today who wanted to take a knee. We wanted to draw attention to the fact that there's things in this country that still need to change. And I myself will be raising children that don't look like me, and I want to do my part as well to do everything I can to raise them in a better environment than we have right now.
Beauty, but you want to show up for our black beauty and our black strength. You want to make billions of dollars on our backs and not stand up for our children. You can't be so concerned with touchdowns that you are not focused on the school to prison pipeline. You cannot stand up and say that you want our players to show up and be concerned with scores and whether or not teams win, and not be present when black bodies are being shot down on the streets of this country all over the place, black and brown men and women. And we're going to hold you accountable. So you heard.
So if you out here screaming no justice, no peace, and we get no justice and they get peace, that means you was. So if Kaepernick take a knee on national TV to highlight the injustice that happened to us, and we don't stand with him, that's like watching what happened to Rosa Parks did and getting back on the back of the bus. So I asked, what is enough enough? What's the final straw? What's the one thing we all for sure gonna ride for? I'm not sure if you saw what happened in Charlottesville, but Trump and his followers is trying to have us back in them cotton fields. So if you feel like I feel and you're ready to stand, let me see everybody raise up their hand. Before I go, I want to leave you with something. The easiest way for evil to prosper is for good people to do nothing. Stay woke.
Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song
All right, so you guys just saw the videos, the pictures, and what folks had to say. Trust and believe football season will still be starting with or without Colin Kaepernick. And really, it's up to black folks if you're going to sit there and watch football this season and support the NFL, or if you're going to actually boycott it. So it's going to be very interesting to see how all of this plays out. So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like button. And make sure you click that bell so you can be down with the notification squad, honey. And last but not least, please realize that YouTube no longer supports this channel. You know what I'm saying? So to continue to support me and everything I do here on this channel, please make sure to join my Patreon or my PayPal. You guys can donate as little as $1 a month if you guys want me to keep cranking out these videos. I need support from viewers like you all. I enjoy making content. I enjoy speaking my truth as I see it, and I'm not going to allow YouTube or anybody to stop me from making videos. So please continue to support this channel. All of those links will be down below. So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right. Deuces. Hey you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit Lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.